Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, aka Kingdom Cards, and today we're coming at you with a little bit different video. It's been a hot minute since I've posted on the channel. Wanted to give you guys kind of an update on why I haven't been posting as much. We'll be doing more videos in the future, so don't be worried. This isn't a me signing off video, but wanted to explain a little bit about what I've been up to, what I'm doing, and honestly, what to do when your favorite team is really terrible at playing the sport they do. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the video. Alright guys, so as I was explaining as we were starting the video, wanted to share what I've been doing. So haven't focused as much on sports cards in the summer, and there's a couple of reasons to that. One, work's been busy, so that's kept me, I haven't had as much time to devote to the hobby. But two is honestly, my team's not good. If you look at the Kansas City Royals right now, we only have 18 wins, and it's pretty bleak. We have the second worst record in all of baseball, and there's only one team, if you can believe it, that is worse than we are, and that is the Oakland Athletics, and they only have 14 wins. So we're a full 4 games uh, ahead of them, which is crazy considering we haven't even broken 20 wins yet. But because of that, it's been kind of bleak, honestly, as a sports fan. And for me, I love baseball. I love the game of baseball. I think if you've watched any of my channel videos, if you haven't and this is your first time, welcome. Please go back and check some of my other videos. It's been really disappointing. There's been a lot of hype around players like Bobby Witt and Vinny Pasquantino and some of the others, and we just haven't seen a lot. Now Vinny's done okay, but a lot of the guys, MJ, it hasn't looked great. Bobby, it's been kind of a step back, and I'm still rooting for them, still checking on the box score, seeing how things are doing. But I've really taken a step back overall. Haven't made as many purchases. Near the end of the video, I will show you some purchases that I did make, and want to give you time to see those. I've made a couple over the last 3 or 4 months, but not a ton. Not a ton of purchases. And this is a video to kind of talk about, for a lot of us, it's great when your team's in it and they're really competitive. But, unfortunately, a lot of times for Kansas City Royals fans in Kansas City, and I believe that's going to change. I still have hope for the team and the environment. But, what happens when your favorite team is terrible, and, what do you do? So for me, that's, just been simple. I've been focusing on other things. And let me just say this too. If there's anybody that would tell you, hey, taking a step back from your favorite team because they're terrible, and you care about them so much that if you were, invested in every single game, every single loss, I'm someone that is very passionate when I get into something. And for me, if I was watching every Royals game right now, I'd just get so irritated and frustrated. That's not a good use of my time. And so anybody that would tell you that, they really don't know what they're talking about. You've always got those fair weather fans that don't pay attention, and then when the team's good, act like they're a big fan. Well, I think it's okay to say, hey, I'm a really big Royals fan or Athletics fan or whatever your favorite team is right now fan. I know the St. Louis Cardinals, they've got as much as, it irritates me to see Cardinals fans at Kauffman, even so, they've got a great fan base and they're not doing as well this year. So, if you're like, hey, I need to take a step back because it's healthy for me to do so, go right ahead. Focus on another hobby. And so for me, there's actually been a couple hobbies that I've been working through in this time, and one of them is playing drums. I've loved playing drums since, about the time I started loving baseball as a kid, and bought a drum set probably I think it was last fall, and I've really been trying to hone my craft, get better as a musician, and I've really enjoyed it. And so that's been something that's kind of helped keep me entertained, keep me busy at nights, getting home from work. Also having a child, if there's any fathers or, brothers, or if you have any siblings or can just imagine having an 18-month-old, it'll keep your life busy anyway. Other than that, I've been focusing on the stock market. It's a really interesting time. I'm in some financial service industry, and it's an interesting time right now in the market, and so that's impacted it somewhat too. Trying to be careful with my money, as I think a lot of us are right now. The other thing that I've gotten into just a little bit more is fishing. Especially, I think it was actually right before the big sickness. We'll just say it that way, because I know some people, their channels are getting hit for calling it other names. We'll just say I used to fish a lot more, and then I got married, and you're living in an apartment. You don't have as easy of places to go fishing, and then the big sickness hit, and didn't fish for 2, 3, 4 years almost. I think it was at least 3, and went on a fishing trip with my dad and my brother a couple of weeks ago. We went to vacation in Branson and fished on the lake, and it was awesome. I caught a lot of bass on topwater, big bass fisherman. That's what I like doing, and so I'm going on another vacation soon, which is why I wanted to make this video, just to give you guys an update on where I'm at and what I'm doing, since with me being on vacation, it's going to be a little bit scattered after that. So, summer's a time where people are taking vacation and doing things. So that's the explanation I have for not posting and not being here as much. And also, as I said earlier, it's not fun to be a baseball card fan and be focused on that when your team's not great. But to that point, we're going to be going fishing up in. We're going up to Michigan, around Lake Michigan. Going to be doing some fishing at a campground and stuff. So those are kind of the hobbies that I'm getting into in this lull before Chiefs season starts, basically, and before we get to the draft, the baseball draft, and I think it's July because it's around the All-Star game. So really looking forward to that. It's always fun to start prospecting and see who the Royals are going to get, who the rest of the baseball teams are going to get, and then you get into Bowman and stuff like that. So from a sports card perspective, what am I looking for right now? Well, just kind of waiting, honestly, to see if some big cards come out. Actually, right now, and I'll show some cards later, I was looking for some of the top rookies, and right now the rookie class of what's in Topps 2023 Series 1 and 2 isn't great. But I've been looking for some cards of Nick Prado, so I'll be looking for him. Again, Bowman. But, especially with how there's been such a delay with Topps cards lately and getting things out, I'm looking at potentially Inception, Bowman, as I mentioned, but it's going to be kind of a pause before I get into any other, sports cards for a while. So that's where I'm at, guys. Still going to be doing stuff on the channel. Still going to be talking sports. We may shift a little bit into just talking some sports. I'll try and maybe even open some old cards that I have, some old boxes of cards on here. Will be, as new stuff comes out and new products that I'm excited about, I'll get into it. But yeah, that's where I am. Oh, another hobby I've been getting back into is Legos. On one of our vacation to Branson, found a really, really good deal on some like 1980s Legos, like 1989, and really, really cool. Got a steal of a deal on them. Paid $9 for 2 boxes. Yeah, it was pretty sweet. So would love to hear, before I show you the cards that I got and kind of reposition the camera, really curious, what are you guys doing over the summer? If you've got a rough team, we'll just say, what are you doing in the meantime? What hobbies are you doing? Because, yeah, the sports hobby is great, but, you don't want to burn yourself out on it. And so I think it's actually a healthy thing to have other habits, other hobbies. I guess it is kind of a habit, right? We do it so much, we're checking boxes or looking up, on Cardboard Connection. It can become a hobby, but want to hear what's going on with you guys. So, let's get into, without further ado, some of the cards that I bought, and then we'll wrap up the video. All right, guys and gals, as I mentioned, bought some baseball cards. This is actually the accumulation of the cards that I've bought over the last 2, 3, 4 months. First one here is a Brady Singer. It's a Bowman Sapphire, and these are really, especially of high name players, these can be really expensive. This is a I think this is the Aqua Parallel for Bowman. It's out of 99, but really, really cool card. Brady Singer was one of the guys for the Royals that we were expecting to do well, especially after his season last year. Hasn't worked as well this year, but I think he's starting to turn it around. So that was one. Ended up buying a card of Chris Bubik, and that was disappointing because he was looking really well, and then out for the year. I think it was Tommy John. So got a numbered card of him. This is it's a yellow out of 75, not a gold. Other one I bought here, this is a paper blue or a sky blue out of 4.99 for Gavin Cross, one of our prospects in the minors, one of the few prospects in the minors we have right now that's any good, to be honest with you. And this is one that I think is probably the best so far, and it's of Nick Prado. Nick Prado was a pretty highly rated prospect, and he really struggled for a while, but has come up this year, and I just checked his numbers. Guys, he's got a 299 average. I forget his slugging, but an OPS of 860. That's pretty good, especially on a bad team. And has 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. Wasn't up for all the year. I think he came up maybe probably a month and a half into the season, maybe even later than that. So this is a blue. I think this is the 1987 Topps design, I believe. I think it is. I always get a little confused on the dates. It's 1987 or 1988. But this here is a blue out of 150. And I love the color matches on the cards. And I've got one similar for Brady Singer as a rookie that I really like. So those are the 4 cards that I've purchased, guys. And I didn't spend a lot of money on these, to be completely honest. I think the total of this is $25-30, and they're probably worth less now than when I bought them, other than the Nick Prado. I think that one's gone pretty well. But that's it for the cards, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't, please comment, subscribe. Again, on the comments, would love to hear what you're doing this summer. And as I shared, I will be doing some more videos. They may be a little bit more scattered this summer as I have time. And we'll be doing some things potentially other than baseball cards. We may talk about sports. We may talk about the draft. My thoughts on the Royals draft or steals from the draft. I've really enjoyed the new format to the draft, them doing it around the All-Star game. I think it brings a lot of drama and a little bit more like the NFL draft. We need that in baseball. So thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Blessings.